Good morning, everyone. It's March 27th, 2022, and this is Jimmy. On social media, I am Comics and Beyond. Live it, love it, learn it. Comics and Beyond. Also on YouTube, of course. Please subscribe. Anyway, the next edition of the Born Again saga by Frank Miller and David Mazzucchelli. I wonder, as a quick aside, I wonder what happened to Mr. Mazzucchelli. His art is incredible. I don't think he's doing anything currently. I don't know. I would have to look that up. You know, Google is your friend. So I would have to look that up because I'm curious as to if he's still in the comic book industry or what he's doing is freelancing or whatever. But his art is just incredible. Anyway, Daredevil number 231. I'm just looking at my notes in the book. I apologize for that. I did not study up on the actual notes. I'm just going to wing it. All right, if you guys don't mind. Frank Miller and David Mazzucchelli. Okay, so Matt is beating the blankety blank out of a punching bag, trying to get himself stronger and stronger. Meantime, a Kingpin has a meeting with his lieutenants. Lieutenants are telling him, your obsession with Matt Murdock is basically, bad for crime, and of course, Kingpin doesn't like any criticism. Usually, dictators do not like criticism at all. A current example, of course, is Vladimir Putin. Anyway, he gives him severance money, this lieutenant, and he tells him basically it's compound fracture, both legs, after he gets the severance pay. So that's not good. So basically what happens with the punching bag, Matt Murdock just knocks it off the chain, and the episode says saved. Or the panel says saved, okay? So now we go to Ben Urich, who's telling his co-workers at the Daily Bugle about Lieutenant Manolis. He's not saying anything about why America was set up, the circumstances, the details about that, because he would have to reveal his secret identity as Daredevil, and as a good friend, Mr. Urich doesn't want to do that. Matt Murdock is basically trying to find out information about what's going on. He sees Ben Urich's newspaper curled up in a garbage bag, waste bag, and he takes note of it through his hypersenses. Though he's shadowing Mr. Urich, his friend, he doesn't come out yet and say, "I'm here." The nurse is going to be reassigned because of her failure to keep Mr. Urich silent. She's not too happy, to say the least. And she goes to Ben Urich's apartment to let him know firsthand of her displeasure. Not good. Anyway, Matt Murdock is in the diner when Urich is talking to his police escort, if you will, and then so again, Murdock shadows. He knows exactly what's going on. Ben and the police officer go to the apartment. She's Doris. Am I got it right? Doris. Yes, Doris is. I apologize again I should have boned up on the details. I'm sorry. I just wanted to get this out. Is being choked to death. I don't know, some tube or plastic tube around her neck. being hung from the bathroom light. So he knocks Ben Urich knocks it, tries to get it loose, and of course the nurse doesn't want that, and attempts to beat him. Of course, you see, I just love this one. You see a hand go out, and bam, knocks, hits the nurse full on, and then Urich takes the advantage of that and rescues his wife from, of course, being choked to death. Meantime, Matt is, discussing with the nurse the folly of trying to kill his friend's wife. Okay, let's put it that way. And then Urich says, right in my home. It sinks in. Matt, you're alive. And then Melvin Potter contacts Urich and says that it's a matter of life and death. He has to meet up with him. In the meantime, we have this gentleman called Nuke, Nuke. He's sort of a frazzled former Marine veteran, but he's like his mind is sort of shattered, and he just has the certain elements of patriotism and things like that, but he's not really, he can't really clue in on what's happening at the present. His mind is in the past and the war. I think it's Vietnam War. I'm not really sure. In the meantime, Melvin Potter reaches out to Betsy about the idea of Kingpin getting him to construct a Daredevil costume, and of course, for Urich. I mean, not for Urich, for Nuke. And then in the shadows, Murdoch says, "Okay, make the costume. No one will be hurt." And then, "Pleasure to hear your voice, Daredevil." And then in the meantime, Karen, remember Karen, she's not going through, she's not having a party at where she is, at Foggy's apartment. He's basically regurgitates into the toilet, and she's kind of on a, suicidal, not in her right state of mind, to say the least. She sees her Paulo, I believe his name is, down the street, looks out the window and sees him out in the street, sort of smiling, and then basically says that, Foggy, we have to go because, this guy's out to kill me. And then Foggy calls the police, and in the meantime, of course, Matt Murdock again shadows what's going on. He's like the little fly on the wall, going through everybody's situation at this time. And when the cops arrive, Apollo starts firing at the cops. He fires into the window, and Foggy and Karen are fortunately on the side of the window. This information is brought to Kingpin and says basically, kill them if they try to leave the building. And then, of course, we have Nuke in Daredevil's costume now, just only knowing, 5B is probably the apartment where Karen and Foggy are located right now, and he's dressed in he keeps on saying 5B like 15 times. He's like off the wall, and he attempts to do harm. Meantime, Karen takes a flower vase and knocks out Foggy, or knocks him out, and attempt to save him from death, from or serious injury. That Karen keeps on saying she's a drug addict. I want to just let's do that and save Foggy. You gotta love Frank Miller. And then, you know, Nuke, dressed as Daredevil, tries to open the door, you know, and then you see Matt Murdock fist going through the door, smashing the door with one fist, and then he kicks the door in, and he, you know, knocks, not knocks him out, but just knocks Nuke down. And meantime, Karen is going to Apollo to see, you know, maybe a fix, maybe, you know, he'll just slap her around a little bit, and then trying to protect Foggy again. Then Apollo grabs Karen, pulls her aside, and, you know, smashes her head against the wall, which is always nice. And then Kingpin's minions start firing at Apollo. Daredevil, Matt, and Nuke are fighting it out, and he keeps on saying 5B, 5B, 5B. And Matt is still getting the best of him, thankfully. And then he hears the word Karen. I mean, he senses Karen, and he says quietly, Karen, very softly, and because he knows that she's there. Well, she could, you know, he has these hyper senses. Anyway, Karen doesn't know that. Karen attempts to give herself a fix for the last time, I guess basically to kill herself, and won't feel the bullet. Oh, one vein, find the vein. I love you, Matt. That's just gets me. And then Matt hits a piece of ice. It slams into Apollo's arm, and you know, disables him from killing Karen. And he takes Billy Cobb hits Kingpin's men, one of his men, and Karen looks up, drops the syringe, and I'm going to describe this to you, but it just gets me. I'm sorry. It's she starts crying. He grabs her and he holds her. He hugs her, and then there's more details regarding what happens to the men. Nuke is found naked. The costume is gone. The men, all Kingpin's men are knocked unconscious. Apollo is arrested. And then the scene shifts back to Ben Urich, who says that Doris is okay. Her voice is a little sore, but she's fine. And then it goes at the end. It says, "As for me, I'm like I'm told you, I'm a reporter. I'm going to find out where Matt Murdock is and what he has become." And that's the issue for 231 Daredevil Volume 1, Saved. And the next issue, I gotta tell you, the next issue is, the word iconic is not even close. The cover, I mean. The cover issue is just, what did the kids say now? The bomb, I guess is the word. I'm not sure. Anyway, it is the bomb. It's a nuclear explosion. Just kidding around, having a little fun. You know, the world is kind of a dark place now, and, you know, trying to navigate between that. Personally, it's some details are hard right now, and that's all I have to say about that. I don't want to get into that. Anyway, thanks for listening. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. I will see you with issue 232 as soon as possible. I don't know my schedule, but the 2 issues, I will try to conclude it by the first of the month. Okay? Thank you. Adios. And as Stanley would say, enough said.